A teenage girl named Hannah is lying on the bed, dreaming to start a new life with Calvin. Surprisingly, while talking to him about the future, Calvin brings up a strange question for her. He asks if she wants to win $500. At the current moment, both Hannah and Calvin are financially unstable, and $500 means the world to the couple. To this mysterious question of Calvin, Hannah answers yes, and he tells her that she can win the prize money by playing a game with her Uncle Mike. Hannah feels a bit awkward, but agrees to go to Uncle Mike for the sake of money. The next day, Calvin takes Hannah to her uncle, and on the way, Calvin tells her that he won't be participating in the game, which only increases Hannah's awkwardness, and she also starts to feel a bit scared as she doesn't like Uncle Mike. She enters Uncle Mike's trailer, where he is busy in his worship. As he sees Hannah, he passes her an evil smile and welcomes her. He starts a mysterious game with her, and she starts playing it with full dedication. After an intense game, Hannah wins and feels delighted that she has won. Little does she know that winning in this game will add more tragedies to her life. In excitement, Hannah demands her money, and Mike takes out the money from his drawer and gives it to her, but while handing it over, he tells something to her which sends a shiver down her spine. He tells her to go to the crossroads and shout her name, so that the devil can know her name when he calls her, as she has been chosen by the devil. This revelation worries her, and she leaves in a panic. However, she calms herself down, calls her friend, and tells her about Calvin and how she loves him because he is handsome and is planning her first makeout with him too. Moreover, Hannah also starts to spend her money on expensive shoes and makeup products. While using her products, she hears some strange sounds from her room. She goes to her room and checks all around, but doesn't see anything there. Therefore, she wears her headphones and starts to listen to her favorite songs. While listening to songs, she hears those noises again, and suddenly an invisible force attacks her. Hannah is knocked down on the ground and she faints. Lee is a young woman who is a real estate agent by profession and resides in a good community. On a sunny day, she wakes up and gets ready to visit her sister Vera, who is by profession an artist. Lee soon reaches Vera's place, meets her, and starts to talk to her about her future commitments. While telling her this, a shirtless young boy comes out of the bathroom, and on seeing him, Lee understands that her sister had a night out with this man. However, Lee acts normal and asks her sister to show her the frames that she has made, which makes Vera excited. Lee gets impressed when seeing the frames and decides to buy them, but while finalizing the deal, Lee gets a call from a couple who request her to sell their house. She agrees and quickly heads out to her car to leave, handing over the check to Vera for the frames. Vera at first rejects the check, as she doesn't want to take money from her sister, but Lee insists, and she reluctantly accepts. Lee goes to the house she is told to sell and inspects it. The house is old, but is well renovated. She inspects the rooms and finds some money that actually belongs to Hannah, but Lee doesn't know this yet. Moreover, she sees some burning spots on the corner of the house, but she doesn't give it too much attention. She then looks towards the mirror and gets freaked out when she sees a little girl in a red raincoat standing on the corner of the door. Lee gets a chilling feeling and quickly turns back to see the girl walking away. Lee tries to catch up with her, but she is unable to find her. She feels that something is wrong, and she decides to leave. Nevertheless, Lee visits Chuck and Royanna, who are the owners of the house and are concerned as no one is showing interest in buying their house. Lee assures them that she will be able to sell the house and asks them to tell her the basic details. Chuck reveals that he wouldn't be selling this house if he was financially stable, as he has dozens of happy memories there. Interestingly, Chuck also explains that her daughter Charlene grew up in that house, but she eventually ran away with her boyfriend several months ago. Lee instantly remembers the girl that she saw earlier while looking in the mirror and tells the couple about it, discovering her. The description matches the description of Charlene, which shocks Chuck and Royanna. They hadn't previously reported the disappearance of Charlene, but due to Lee's requests, they report it to the police, hopeful that Charlene will return to them. Later, Lee is at her home having dinner, when suddenly the power goes out, and as soon as it goes out, her security alarm goes off. Lee's heart starts to pump fast, as the ringing of the alarm isn't a small thing. She gathers up the force to face the danger, and decides to take a tour of the house. She finds out that the frames that she bought from her sister have shattered on their own. She tries to find out how they have broken, but her phone rings, which distracts her. The security services ask her if she needs any assistance. Instantly, the electricity comes back, and she rejects them, saying that everything is fine. Lee experiences a subtle wave of uneasiness, a faint discomfort at the edges of her thoughts. However, she skillfully redirects her attention, channeling her energy into the familiar rhythm of home chores. The house tasks become a welcome distraction, as a way to momentarily shelve the disquiet that had briefly taken residence within her mind. As the day slowly ends, Lee finds solace in the act of sleep and surrenders herself to the realm of dreams. The next morning, curiosity stirs within her heart, propelling her towards a decision that feels both exhilarating and nerve-wracking. The thought of secretly inspecting Chuck and Royanna's house brings with it a surge of anticipation. Her heart beats fast as she envisions the secrets that might be unveiled within those walls. With a purposeful drive, Lee navigates the familiar roads that lead her to the abode of her friends. As she approaches closer to her destination, a rush of apprehension courses through her veins with the thrill that accompanies her covert mission. At this moment, as the road stretches ahead and Lee's car inches closer to her destination, she embraces the amalgamation of emotions that course through her. The prospect of discovery awaits her. and with it, the potential to unravel not only the mysteries within Chuck and Royanna's house, but the layers of her own emotions as well. She hits the dial on her phone, the soft chime of the ring resonating with her racing pulse as she connects with her sister on the line. Their conversation is mixed with a combination of friendship and familial warmth. Lee's voice carries a hint of excitement as she explains the purpose of her slight delay. The veil of secrecy covering her true intentions adds an element of intrigue to her words. The anticipation of the upcoming party remains undiminished, only now heightened by the knowledge of Lee's impending adventure. Lee passes her time to give her sister a lecture on how she should think about starting a family and should get married so that she can have kids and can plan her future properly. Vera replies that she isn't planning to start a family, and the time she is spending with her boyfriend is just for fun. This revelation annoys Lee, as her sister isn't serious about anything, and she is unfortunately not thinking of becoming a mother. Lee knows that Vera is emotionally weak, which is why she wants to see her sister living a good life. She starts inspecting the house, and the girl appears once again. This time, Lee thinks that this is Charlene. Lee feels excited at seeing her, and tries to communicate with her. She tells the girl that her parents are worried about her, and she should return home to them. She tries to comfort her more, so she sits beside her and sees that the girl is staring at her car keys, to which Vera's picture is attached. Therefore, she tells the girl that the woman in the picture is her sister, and Lee jokes that even if Vera is not that pretty, she wants her to have kids and start a family. During this, she even tapes a message for Vera, but during the process, she gets a call from Chuck. Lee is about to tell her that she has found their girl, but things go south as Chuck informs her that police have found her daughter in a city mall. This revelation gives her goosebumps. Lee then asks herself, who is the girl she has been talking to all this time? She goes through some files at the house, where she finds out that some time ago, a girl committed there, and the girl is the same girl who she is currently talking. The girl is none other than Hannah. Lee isn't able to absorb what is happening, and she goes to Hannah, who is standing in front of a mirror now. Lee asks the girl who she is seeing in the mirror. Hannah answers in a demonic voice that she is useless to her, and suddenly Lee falls on the ground, starts to suffer a terrific amount of pain, and passes away. In a flashback, Hannah's condition is deteriorating to the point where it is becoming a matter of mortality. She is turning into a psycho, which means that the devil has possessed her body. Hannah is called by an elite family to babysit their newborn baby. Hannah is unable to babysit properly, as she is suffering from attacks in the house too, and the elite family has gone out for dinner. Hannah traces them and tells them that their baby is deceased, which makes them rush home, but they find the baby safe and sound under a table, meaning that Hannah isn't fully possessed. She comes home and tries to burn the $500, but she is unable to, which means that it is a deadly curse and it won't end easily. The satanic curse increases day by day, and it gets so severe that Hannah becomes mentally ill, which eventually leads to Hannah committing. In reality, Hannah hasn't passed away yet. Her body is preserved by the devil so that he can use her body to capture another human. In this manner, the devil will be able to get that female body pregnant, which will allow him to be born in this world and commit the most heinous deeds. Hannah, somehow, got the idea of what this devil was up to. This is the reason why she committed, and it is most likely that Uncle Mike and Calvin are members of a demonic cult, and they were successful in trapping Hannah. At the present time, Vera is trying to call Lee again and again as she is waiting for her to arrive at the party. Vera has no clue as to what has happened to her sister. Vera decides to enjoy the party herself and meets her boyfriend too. Vera's boyfriend asks Vera to hang out with him, but her sister's words roam in her mind. She rejects his request and tells him that she is just passing time with him, which makes her boyfriend feel unwanted, and he breaks up with her and leaves. Vera is starting to get worried about Lee, and when she is in her bed, she receives a call with a heavy heart. The coroner delivers the news to Vera that Lee has passed away. As Vera steps into Lee's home, a mix of sadness and nostalgia washes over her. She stumbles upon the files which she found in Lee's car, as Lee had written her name as beneficiary. She goes through the files and feels that her sister's loss is somehow related to this. She checks Lee's phone and listens to the voicemail Lee recorded for her. In the voicemail, Lee mentions a girl, which convinces Vera that something odd happened with her sister. Emotionally burdened, she sets out to visit Hannah's dear childhood friend, hoping to unravel the mysteries of the past. But before going to Hannah's childhood friend, Vera goes to Chuck and Royanna's house for the inspection, where she sees a girl in a red coat. When Vera tries to chase her, the girl disappears, which disturbs Vera. Vera knows that Charlene has been found, so she goes to meet Charlene to get details from her, and she feels the chills when Charlene opens up. She tells her that when she was 14, she saw a dark figure behind her when she used to look in the mirror. Moreover, when even her boyfriend saw that figure, she ran away as she thought it would attack her and her loved ones and may cost them their lives. Hannah's longtime childhood friend opens up, sharing a startling revelation about Hannah's past. According to the friend, Hannah's previous pregnancy came to light, casting a shadow of suspicion over her tragic demise. While many believed Hannah's passing was a result of pregnancy-related turmoil, her friend vehemently asserts that Hannah was, in fact, a virgin. The theory proposed is that Hannah might have taken her to prevent the birth of a supernatural offspring. With her untimely demise, The malevolent entity may have possessed her child, seizing the opportunity and now inhabiting her body, actively seeking a new vessel. These revelations leave Vera stunned, and she returns to her home trembling. She instantly feels uncomfortable. She finds herself under a horrifying assault by a demonic force, mercilessly hurling her through a window. The force violently attacks Vera and knocks her 2 stories down. Vera regains consciousness in a hospital room, and her world shatters when she hears that she has been struck by an 8-month-long coma. The doctor's words strike her like a chilling wind, and to increase her stress, she discovers she was pregnant at the time of the incident. She immediately demands an X-ray, as at that moment, it is an impossible thing for her mind to believe. While undergoing an ultrasound, a rush of terror courses through her veins as she locks eyes with a demonic visage glaring from the monitor. Fear and urgency grip her heart, compelling her to scream that she wants to and the doctors see each other and wonder if that is even possible. They warn Vera that this step can lead to her demise. But Vera doesn't listen to anyone, and at this moment, losing her is better for her than giving birth to a devil who intends chaos for the world. Fast forward 6 years, and a little 6-year-old girl is being babysat by a woman. The baby is sitting in front of a television, where news about a tsunami is being reported, and the girl is watching it with full interest. The woman babysitting her finds it creepy, and tells her to change the channel, and the girl obediently switches it to cartoons. The bell rings, and the woman goes to see who it is, so the girl switches back to the tsunami reporting channel. The woman opens the door and sees that it is Vera, and a few moments later, Vera stands before her daughter, now under the care of another woman who adopted her. With a mixture of determination and turmoil, Vera confesses her knowledge of the girl's true identity. Her voice is trembling as she demands answers about the selection process. The girl's sudden escape leaves Vera with her heart pounding in desperation. Driven by a relentless need for understanding, Vera runs after the girl. She runs to a forest, and Vera pursues her daughter through the dense woods to an eerie, abandoned house. Vera chases her, and soon a moment comes in which Vera is about to end her quickly. However, Vera isn't able to make herself emotionally strong and can't land the final blow. A whirlwind of emotions engulfs her as she grapples with the haunting task of ending her. Yet her resolve falters, and she finds herself unable to carry out the unthinkable. Overwhelmed by the intensity of the moment, Vera ultimately chooses to depart, with her daughter in confusion. A storm of conflicted feelings swirls within the child, and she decides to leave with her mother.